Hello there, I'm Dan. I'm one of the actors in this year's ensemble, and today I'm here to tell you a story all about Tom Thumb, who's a cat, and actually the hero of this story, but more about that later. Peter Pointer, who's a dad, and he is the son of Granny Tabby Tall, who is also the grandmother to Ruby Ring. And last but not least, Baby Small, who is Ruby's dolly. Now Ruby loves Baby Small. Baby Small was the dolly that was given to her by Tabby Tall, her grandmother, who made Baby Small's clothes. Ruby really loves Baby Small, and as you'll see, some things are very precious. It's not about how much they cost. And Baby Small is precious to Ruby. And this story is all about Granny Tabby's washing day when Baby Small got lost. Ruby and her dad Peter had been to visit Granny Tabby. They'd walked all the way, they'd stayed for a play, and then they'd walked home again, just in time for their tea. And when they got there, Ruby put her hand in her pocket to find Baby Small, but she wasn't there. She looked all around. She couldn't find her. "Dad," said Ruby, "I can't find Baby Small." Well, Peter and Ruby looked all through the house. They looked upstairs, they looked downstairs, they looked under the sofa, but nowhere was Baby Small to be found. "Dad," said Ruby, "you know what we've got to do." "What?" said Dad. "We've got to go and look for her," said Ruby. Said Peter. "I thought you might say that." "Come on then, I know what we'll do. We'll get our wellies on and we'll walk all the way back towards Granny Tabby's house, retrace our steps and see if we can find Small." And that's exactly what they did. Along the way to Granny Tabby's house, the first thing they did was come to a puddle, a big puddle. They leaned over and looked into it, and what do you think they saw? Their faces staring back at them, with the blue sky above them. Said Peter. "A puddle looks like trouble." "Not for me," said Ruby. "A puddle is a bit of a muddle," said Peter. "But if you're Baby Small," said Ruby, "it could be the sea. It's just a little puddle to us, but to Baby Small it could be a vast ocean. To us it's water and it's calm, but to Small it could be a storm in motion." "Dad," said Ruby, "you know what we've got to do." "What?" said Peter. "We've got to jump into the puddle ocean and see if Baby Small is in there." Said Peter. "I thought you might say that." So they took each other's hand and stood by the side of the puddle. They bent their knees and took a big jump right into the middle, and the puddle got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they sank down and down and down, all the way to the bottom of the puddle ocean, where the fish lived. They swam through, looking for Small. They called out, "Small, Small!" And everyone they met, they said to them, which were mainly fishes, "Have you seen Small?"
"She's not very big, she's quite hard to see. She's not very special, but she's special to me. What if she's lost? What if she's scared? Who will look after her? Who's going to care? She's not very big and she's not very old. She doesn't like wet and she feels the cold."
But all the fishes shook their heads and wriggled their fins. Nobody had seen Small. And then they came to the largest fish in the puddle ocean. "I'm looking for Baby Small," said Ruby. "Have you seen her?" But the fish shook his head.
Under the water you don't often see a dad and a daughter. I'd love to be able to grant your wish, but mostly it's seaweed and mostly it's fish. Sometimes there's lobsters and crabs as well, and other things that live in a shell. I wish I'd seen your baby small. I'm sorry, but we haven't seen her at all. Not at all.
Oh well, thank you, Mr. Fish, said Ruby. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ruby, said the fish. And that was that. Peter and Ruby swam back up to the surface of the water. And then there they were, standing again, all in a muddle by the side of the puddle. And they sat down for a think. Said Peter. What do you think, Ruby? Well, said Ruby, we didn't drop Small in the puddle. She isn't there. She isn't anywhere. You're all right, said Peter. Said Ruby. Merry and bright, said Dad. No, said Ruby. Sad. Peter said, right, which way shall we go next then? Ruby said, the same way that we went before. Exactly the same way. And what happened next, I'll tell you about later.